Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack at the Irish Hotspur here to deliver you the predicted lineup for today's game against Pacos de Ferreira. We're just going to go through it quickly just because David has, some people working in the apartment where he can't really be able to film as quickly or maybe whenever he would like to. It's a bit noisy there, so I'm just going to take it in stride. We're going to put Galini in goal. I think that kind of goes without saying. Played in the last game. I think these are kind of the games that we kind of have him for. Very competent keeper. Really, really enjoy him. It's going to be very difficult to decide between a back three and a back five, I would say, for this. So I am going to go with Doherty, though, nonetheless. I do think we're going to see Doherty again. For this game, though, I am going to go with the back four just because it does seem to be more of a winning formula for us. Maybe our squad is better suited for it. We'll touch on that maybe more in the debate shows and things like that. But I do believe that Doherty, nonetheless, will be starting if it were back three or back four. I think he would be starting. Moving on to right center back, I do think we're going to go with Romero. Romero, maybe he, might actually play well in a back four. I think he should. This should be the game where he should come out and dominate, especially in front of the fans. Maybe he's injured, though, but I do think he seems to be healthy enough to play for this game. The player that will be joining him, I do think, is where this is going to be a big change. I don't see it being Ben Davies. If it were Ben Davies, that'd be interesting. I don't think he would be comfortable in a back four. So I'm going to go, if it were back four, I'm going to go with Eric Dyer. Again, if it were back three, we're definitely going to be seeing Ben Davies. But I don't think we're going to be doing the back three for some reason. I can't explain why. It's just my thought process. But Eric Dyer is going to be the one joining Romero, which, it could be a recipe for success. Maybe we'd like to see Sanchez instead of Eric Dyer there. But I do think Eric Dyer is the more competent center back, maybe at the left-sided center back position of a back four. So we're just going to have to work with what we got. Left back is going to be Sessegnon. Sessegnon, I thought, did play decently well against Pacos away. But I thought he could have, maybe been a bit more, I would say, clever in terms of, the way that he tried to run at the Pacos defense. He kind of, was kind of dribbling into blind alleys or kind of, into traps, you might say. But hopefully he can kind of pick up similar space and maybe just make a bit better decision making. But yeah, nonetheless, would like to see Sessegnon start, and I do think he will be starting. Lo Celso, I think, is going to be coming into the midfield again. It does make sense. He did play again against the other time against Pacos. He is a competent player, so I do think he's just going to be in the lineup. I think a lot of people predict seeing him as well. For the holding midfield role, again, it's probably going to be Winks again. And again, everybody, I do apologize. I don't want it really to be this way, but I'm going to have to try to, be the most accurate when it comes to the predicted lineups. I see Winks, holding it down again from midfield, but I do think they're going to give him three people to play with in terms of the midfield. They're going to kind of do a bit of damage control, have three people in the midfield instead of two like last time. So I do see instead of Højbjerg, maybe it might be Skippy this time. So it could be midfield three of Lo Celso, Winks, and Skip. I don't see them going with Niall John again. It just seems like that was kind of just not the right midfield setup. Just didn't work at all. We couldn't create any chances from them. So let's go with Skip, Winks, and Lo Celso and see how we do with that. But moving on to the attack, I do think we're going to be also a bit more experienced in the attack. We're probably going to put Lucas. I could see Lucas playing for this one. I know Nuno trusts him. Lucas will also absolutely tear apart teams like this. I really do think, he will be able to make, a chance very early into the game just with his own dribbling ability. He'd be able to create a chance. And then for striker, I do think the Don HK, Mr. Harry Kane, will be starting up top. Hopefully he'll be starting up top again, like Lucas, just to set the tone early, just to make it so that the fans aren't nervous, especially in front of the home crowd. And then I see Brian Hill coming in again off the left. I think he was probably our best player in the last game versus Pacos. So I'm actually very excited to see Hill again. Maybe Pascazzi would be a player that I might prefer instead of Doherty. Obviously, there are plenty that we would prefer over Stinksy there, but I don't think we can really get out of that. But yeah, I really do hope that this team is, enough to beat Pacos de Ferreira. A lot of people thought, the team that we brought there wasn't really strong enough. Maybe we thought the bench wasn't strong enough. I think a lot of, reasons I can agree with. But hopefully this team should be well and strong enough, to beat Pacos, especially at home. Might be a bit more of a crowd pleaser kind of team. But yeah, please, guys, let me know what you think of this predicted lineup. That'll be all for this one. You can catch me later on the Matt Hayes watch along as well with David. And that'll be all for now. So I'll be seeing you.